Hello, it's me, Cooking with Anto. Obviously, you know it's me if you're clicking on the video. I don't know why I say that. I just feel like I have to. So it's early Sunday morning. I rolled out of bed, did what I had to do, and I thought, oh, let me post my weekly video. It's a frittata. Delicious and fancy. So here's the thing. You're going to need an oven-safe skillet for it. You don't have an oven-safe skillet? Sorry, Charlie. What you can do is you can throw all the ingredients into a casserole dish, then you put it in the oven and you bake it for about an hour at 350 degrees. If you have an oven-safe skillet, then you can make this recipe exactly the way that I do. So I put in vegetables, okay? I have some mushrooms in there, green and red peppers, Roma tomatoes, and then I have my little diced onion and my garlic, and then, of course, bacon. So I'm going to call it a vegetable frittata, but it also has bacon. You can leave the bacon out if you're no fun, but if you like bacon, throw it in there because it's delicious. And the reason why I did is because I looked in my fridge and I was like, oh my God, there are 6 slices of bacon, and if I don't make this today, it's going to go in the trash. I'm not throwing bacon away in the trash. It ain't happening in this house. So I chopped them suckers up. I put them in the skillet. I fried them. I saved some of that bacon grease to saute my onions and peppers and all that other stuff because I love using bacon grease for cooking. I probably shouldn't readily admit that, but I don't care. All right, so it's an easy recipe. You're going to love it when you try it. If you do, comment, share my video, share my channel, all that other stuff that I beg you to do all the time. That's probably getting annoying. I love coffee. All right, on with the frittata video, okay? Leave some feedback. Let me know what you think. It's delicious. Trust me. My best friend ate it when I made it that morning, and she was like, it's really good. And although people are like, but she's your best friend, she's going to say it's good. Not my best friend. If something is not good, she'll tell you. And that's why she's my best friend, because she's honest. And I'm eventually going to get her on video with me. She doesn't know that yet, but she's eventually going to be in a cooking video with me because she could cook really well. And that's another reason why she's my best friend, because I cannot make a friend who doesn't know how to work their way in the kitchen. You don't know how to cook well, we can't be friends. For my friends who don't know how to cook well, I probably love you for some other random reason, so don't be sad, okay? All right, guys, on to the video. Let me stop being silly. Time to cook. Alright, so let me show you how this is made. We have our eggs, which we're going to beat for a very long time. I would normally use like a bullet to beat these eggs because it'll make it real fluffy, but my bullet broke. So I'm going to be doing these by hand. I have 10 eggs. I'm using an 8-inch non-stick Calphalon pan. And I'm using a Calphalon pan because those are oven safe up to 450 degrees. So I have some scallions. I have some red pepper, green pepper, a Roma tomato, a red onion, and some mushrooms. I also have some bacon frying up in a pan. So now with mushrooms, a lot of people, they make the mistake of washing their mushrooms. And what that does is it makes your mushrooms soggy. You never want to wash your mushrooms. How you want to clean them, you take a good paper towel and you wipe them down. Okay? You see what's coming off of them? I don't know if you can see that well enough. But you just wipe them down on both sides. So you're going to go here with a knife, and then you're just going to gently cut into it, not all the way through, and then you cross hatch it this way. And what they're doing is it's putting knife marks in your mushrooms, you see, if you open it up. And when you saute that way, it's going to get the flavors inside of the mushrooms, so you're not tasting bland mushrooms that have no flavor. So another thing that I add to this, which I also forgot to show you just now, is cheddar cheese. Now, I don't put too much because I don't want it to be super cheesy and take away from the flavors of all the vegetables that I'm putting in here. So as you can see, that's about the size that I'm cutting my peppers, okay? I want to show you. And so I cut them fairly thin into a slice, and then I kind of layer it into the frittata. It gives it more of a tomato taste, and you know how I am. It looks pretty, and that's kind of just how I like to keep it. So I do 1 Roma tomato because when you're leaving it in slices, you don't want to completely cover your frittata with just tomatoes, right? So that's exactly what I do with the tomatoes. I don't cut them into chunks. All right. Alright, so I left some of the bacon grease in the pan. Of course, I'm not going to waste bacon grease. So, I'm going to start sauteing my vegetables. First, I'm going to start with the peppers and onions. Okay, we can break those apart once all of them are in the pan. So I did like a rough mince on my, oops, I got a mushroom in there, not ready for a mushroom. I did a rough mince on my garlic because I don't want my garlic to be so small that I can't even taste that it's in the frittata, right? You want to keep things at least big enough where they're not going to disintegrate. So we're going to saute these a little bit. So I kept some bacon grease and then I added in some butter, okay? So we're going to cook these vegetables until they get soft. Okay. So we're also going to go in here with a little bit of, obviously, salt and pepper. Okay. So I'll salt some of this up and then some pepper. I also generally would say to put in some onion powder because I like the taste of onion powder. In mine, I like a strong onion flavor. Okay. Not necessarily the taste of onion powder, but a strong onion flavor. So let's put some of that in there now. Okay. The Roma tomatoes go in last because when you cook Roma tomatoes, here's the garlic. When you cook Roma tomatoes, they're going to get mushy, right? So the idea is you just want to have some Roma tomatoes in there for taste and flavor, not necessarily the texture of it. And I put it in last so it doesn't get mushy. So there goes the garlic. All right. And then we're just going to cook that for a little while. And then I'll show you the next step. I have to beat the eggs like it owes me money. I'll be right back. So you can see the vegetables are cooked down just enough. And so now we're going to take our eggs. And I tell you, beat them for a while. Because the more you beat your eggs, the fluffier they'll be. Okay? So now we're going to put our eggs inside. And then you see how this is 10 eggs. So what you're going to do is you're going to put this now back to a medium low. So you want to do that because you don't want the bottom to burn, but you want to help it set. So you're going to move it around a little bit just to help it set, because this is going to be a quick version where we're going to put it underneath a broiler. So we're going to help it along just until most of the eggs are set. Okay? So now you want to go in with your, I like my bacon crispy, don't judge me, it probably looks overcooked to some. So you're going to go in with your bacon, because you want to wait for it to mix around, right? You're going to go in with your bacon, move this all around, make sure that most of your eggs are set. Just keep mixing. You notice that now you'll see some of the eggs coming through. That means it's almost set up. And then what we're going to do is, right before I'm ready to put this in the broiler, do one more round. Yep, the eggs are almost set. So right before you're ready to put this in the broiler, you're going to put in a little more salt right up on the top because you want to mix it in with the rest of the eggs and vegetables, a little bit more pepper. Okay, we'll mix it in just a little more. The next step is putting in your Roma tomatoes right up on the top here. I don't know, wherever you want to place them, it's up to you. There you go. Alright, and then you're going to put in your cheddar cheese, or whatever cheese you like. It doesn't have to be cheddar. I prefer cheddar. Now I'm not going to put too much because I don't want it to be super cheesy. I just want a nice cheese on top. Nothing too much. Okay? So there you go. So now, remember what I said. Your pan needs to be oven safe. I'm going to put it in the oven and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so I normally would just show you what it looks like in a plate, but I'm going to have to, first of all, glove thing works amazing. This is extremely hot. Do not make the mistake of touching this at all. I'm just going to show you how I get it out, okay? I mean, I'm sure that it won't stick and I can get it out in the other traditional sense, but I like to just be safe. So now, obviously I don't like how that side looks, right? I don't want to serve it on that side. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab a different plate and then gently flip it over this way. Yes, you're dirtying 2 plates, but you're also not burning your hands or making it great, okay? Did you see how easy that came out of the pan? And that's simply because I use the non-stick, okay? So what you do now is you put a couple of those scallions on it. Maybe when you serve it to someone, you put they may want a dollop of sour cream up on the top. But this is what it looks like when it's done, okay? That's the piece I would generally serve someone. And I put a little dollop of sour cream on top because that always goes good with vegetables and frittatas in general. A quick shout out to What's on Your Plate on Facebook. Guys, take a look at the group. A nice group of people there. Great recipes always posted. And a shout out for them to always allow me to post my YouTube videos on there. Thanks. And if you try the recipe and you like it, leave me some feedback, comment on the video. And if you like my channel and all my other recipes, share my channel. Spread the word. Give me more subscribers. As always, thanks for watching. Bye!